NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. They were Super Bowl opponents twice in the 80s, and they're back at it here. The Bengals and Niners are underway. Here's James. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, that was not a good omen right there. The very first play from scrimmage, and you just want to give yourself a nice, simple throw and hopefully get yourself into a rhythm. That is the last thing you're expecting. And now you put your defense in a tough spot right from the word go.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? On the right side, caught by Green. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Dalton, 1st and 10. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond-in-the-rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Over! Check. Motion out of the backfield. Hey, check. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey. Banjo.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now after the delay of game. They're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! No. Check! Patriot! Patriot!
On play action, they'll throw. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Breida. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Green 39! Green 39! No. Check! Patriot! Patriot!
Now back to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Gone!
Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Cincinnati's offense takes the field, and they now sit at 5-3, 8 games into the season. But they almost lost last week. They were up 34-16. Tampa Bay stormed back to tie it, but the Bengals did get the field goal at the end there to grab the victory.
Yeah, how about Andy Dalton? His 24th game-winning drive took them downfield to set up the field goal you just described from Randy Bullock. I think it was from 44 yards. But it seemed almost impossible that they would even be in that position. Jameis Winston threw 4 interceptions. His generosity almost squandered by the Bengals.
Dalton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And that's incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Dalton here from the gun. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. To throw here, Dalton. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, get ready for something coming left. Hey, get ready for something coming left.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. To Dalton now. And able to find Green. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, 46 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make the score 14-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Here's James. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Breida, CD, an undrafted free agent from a season ago. And with McKinnon out, he's really helped fill the running board for the 49ers.
Yeah, remember, they got Jared McKinnon as a free agent and expect him to be a 3-down back for them. As you mentioned, out for the season with an ACL injury. Almost fitting that Matt Breida stepped into the breach for him. They were college teammates at Georgia Southern. Breida leading the league in rushing, tied for the lead, I should say, through the first 3 weeks of the season. And don't forget in reserve, Kyle Juszczyk, their fullback, who can take some plays at running back as well.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. This is Breida. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They'll toss it to Breida. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Barney. Switch. Detroit!
Now it's Breida. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours?
Back to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down. They run with Breida, and he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
Set. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Detroit!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carlos Dunlap able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
No. Check. Patriot.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more after this. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down? They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, hard to believe we're already at the halfway point of the season, less than 100 days now until Super Bowl 53. And right now, Chiefs-Rams, they appear to be so good. But give me one other contender in each conference that could press them.
Well, let's start in the AFC. If you're going to give me a strong contender or have me pick a strong contender, you never take New England out of it. And don't forget, New England has the victory over Kansas City, albeit at home in New England. But still, Tom Brady and the Patriots, never count them out. If you want to pick a dark horse team out of the AFC, how about the Los Angeles Chargers? Philip Rivers and crew throwing it around. They'll get Joey Bosa back a little bit later in the season to help provide better pass rush. If that happens, they can compete with anyone. If I flip it over to the NFC side, New Orleans right now looks like a very strong contender, playing very well on defense, and Drew Brees is flinging it like crazy, and Alvin Kamara is running it and catching it. But how about this for a dark horse? The Seattle Seahawks. They're back to playing Seahawks football, running the heck out of it on offense. Russell Wilson now guiding your football team, and a young, hungry team wanting to establish their own bona fides.
And on a little 2-game winning streak now at 4-3. And the grab by Croft. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
On the ball! On the ball! Hey, go, 368! Nice.
Let's get that ball, kid. Let's get that ball.
368!
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. 30, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andy Dalton with his third touchdown pass of the game, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Bullock good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun!
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. formations have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. And able to find Garcon. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Pierre Garcon in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cincinnati takes the field again here on offense, and the Bengals 5-3. Very easily could have been 4-4 because Tampa Bay almost stormed back last week to beat them, but they had the field goal at the end to win. And there's a little side story to that game, wasn't there?
There certainly was, partner. But think about it this way. The NFL is a players' league, right? But in this case, the coaches took center stage. Dirk Cutter for Tampa Bay, Marvin Lewis for Cincinnati. Both of them are Idaho State graduates. Both of them were quarterbacks when they first went there. Marvin ended up being a safety later on. But what was interesting about it is they became very good friends from their Idaho State days. And in fact, Dirk Cutter's dad became the head coach at Idaho State. And Marvin Lewis, after having played there, coached under Dirk Cutter's father. So going into this game, it was a brother versus brother type of a game. They put it aside for that performance, and now they can go back to being friends again.
Well, so maybe it's fitting that it went down to the wire with that game-winning field goal. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. They find some open field here. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And Dalton to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Reuben Foster coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. He'll get it up the middle. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Well, CD, while we have a second, we need to give a congratulations to Adam Vinatieri. Earlier in the year, set the all-time mark for field goals, but now he's the league's all-time leading scorer. He passed Hall of Famer Morton Anderson.
How about that? And that was a record that Adam Vinatieri himself said, I didn't expect anyone to ever approach that record, let alone myself. And going into the game in Oakland, a lot of family and friends wanted to buy airline tickets, get out there and be there to celebrate. He had a groin injury, and he said, hey, you might want to hold off on that. I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to play. But play he did, and he set the record. He makes a strong case to be a first-ballot Hall of Fame guy when his time comes up.
That's something as a kicker. 2,547 career points. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. From left side, caught by Goodwin. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
He'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Over the middle. That's caught by Taylor. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers get a score closer. Gold with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second down, Dalton. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeForest Buckner breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, just taking a glance real quick at next week's games in the NFL. The Chiefs at Browns, that's kind of intriguing. Obviously, the Browns are struggling, Charles, but Mayfield and Mahomes, that's going to be a fun quarterback battle.
This is going to be a blast, isn't it? Maybe they can recreate their day when they played against each other in college, when Mayfield had transferred from Texas Tech to Oklahoma. Mahomes is now the starting quarterback at Texas Tech. Mayfield throws for 545 and 7 touchdowns. And the better game was had by Mahomes. Now, Mahomes' team lost. But individually, 734 yards, 5 touchdowns, and ran for 85 yards more. It's unbelievable. I thought both of their arms would fall off at the end of that game.
Those are some Big 12 stats right there. Now, you've got the stat sheet from that game in front of you. How many times did Mahomes throw it?
He threw it 88 times.
That's unbelievable.
88. I think that game ended probably 2 days later after kickoff. I mean, it's unreal how long it took.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back to throw here. Goodwin able to hold it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
All right, here we go. 3!
They'll look to throw. Over the middle to Garcon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
All right, now look at 56.
They stop him for only
Lucky
3 that
56.
time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers are back within a score. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. And as he sees the play clock ticking down, Marvin Lewis decides to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Dalton here from the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Goodwin. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Set. 319. 319. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his.
And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Andy Dalton now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Well, after those plays, the offense coordinator has to feel like he has balance in his favor. Threw it, then ran it, both for nice chunks of yardage. Now he feels like he's got things going in his direction, but the defensive coordinator, his guys are off balance a little bit. How does he set up, and what does he plan for on the next play? Is there a tendency there he can lock in on and maybe set his defensive call?
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
There you go, 368.
Now Dalton with a first and 10 to Mixon on the check down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
On the ball! On the ball!
48, Mike.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Dalton wants to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
All right, here's Dalton. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Andy Dalton, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Here's James. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Gone!
Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to league baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.